Heal your body and not your symptoms. Be a survivor, not the victim. Treat your body right.
Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. I'm living my life that is best, y'all. No stress, good health, I'm blessed.
Love, peace, and blessings, everyone. This is Sakina for Natural Max Health, and I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. So today I am continuing my series on healing your body and not just treating symptoms. It is my belief that the body has the ability to heal itself, but we first have to create the right environment for the body to heal itself. When you have symptoms or even being diagnosed with diseases, what that is telling you is that there is something going on inside your body that needs to be addressed. There is something that is malfunctioning in your body, or you are deficient in something, or you're toxic, and it needs to be addressed. If you do not address it, then it's going to continue to cause more problems in your body. It will affect more organs and just cause you to feel worse. Now, the issue with medications, I am not against medication, because when you're sick, you do need some relief. But medications, they just really put a band-aid on the problem, and they either stop something that naturally occurs in the body or kill something else. So while you're on medication, you need to work towards the root cause of your body and resolving it. Your body is not designed to be on medication for years and years and years. What happens when you're on medication for an extended period of time, not only do you continue to have issues with what you were taking the medicine for, but the issue, if not resolved properly, is going to, like I mentioned earlier, is going to affect other organs. It's going to cause other problems, and you will also begin to have side effects with the medicine. For instance, antibiotics. Antibiotics suppresses the immune system, and when your immune system is suppressed, it can't fight against viruses and infections, so you're more prone to illnesses and diseases and sickness. So this is why you want to get to the root cause. Now, this is video, I believe, 17 of Heal Your Body and Not Your Symptoms. I provided 4 proven methods for reversing disease in the body and healing it. Now, of course, this is a process. It's not going to take overnight. If you've been dealing with a problem for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, it is going to take some time to reverse it. And keep in mind, the problem you are having or the malfunction in your body, it did not start with your diagnosis. It did not start when you first start noticing symptoms. It manifested years earlier, and you're just now, seeing the symptoms of that. So one of the proven methods that I provided for reversing disease in the body was getting proper nutrition. And not only getting nutrition, but making sure that you are able to absorb the minerals and the nutrients that you're taking. Oftentimes our bodies are so toxic and so full of waste that we cannot absorb the minerals that we're taking. It does not mean that we're not eating enough of the foods that has the minerals or the vitamins that we need. It just means that either we're eating too many foods that block the absorption, or environmental hazards could be causing some absorption issues. So you really want to not only get proper nutrients, but you want to ensure that you are able to absorb those nutrients. So today we are going to discuss vitamin B1. We're going to discuss what it is. We are going to discuss the symptoms of vitamin B1, just going through my outline here, the causes of a vitamin B1 deficiency, and of course, how to determine if you are deficient in it, and the sources of vitamin B1, how to what to take to get the proper minerals, and what you need to do to absorb it. Now, before I begin, one thing that I forgot to put in my outline that I meant to put in is that vitamin B1, or thiamine as it is called, is also referred to as the great mimicker. Reason being because it can mimic other diseases, such as multiple sclerosis. A lot of people with multiple sclerosis, or who are having symptoms with multiple sclerosis, simply are deficient in vitamin B1. So now that I got that out, I am going to continue with my outline. So first, let's begin with exactly what is vitamin B1. Now, vitamin B1, or thiamine as it is called, protects your cells' mitochondria from high sugar intake. It also works with magnesium to create energy for your body. Vitamin B1 is very important for your nerves. Any deficiency in vitamin B1 can cause different issues with your nerves and your nervous system. B1 is a nutrient, as I mentioned, that is important for your nerves, and being deficient in this body can impact all parts of your nervous system. Vitamin B1 also aids in making the myelin sheath that protects the nervous system. Okay, so now that we have an idea of the importance of vitamin B1 and what it does to the body, let's determine if you could possibly be deficient in this vitamin. What are some of the symptoms? So some of the symptoms of B1 deficiency, if you've been diagnosed with beriberi, that is a disease in which the body is severely deficient in vitamin B1. A deficiency in vitamin B1 can cause a buildup of lactic acid, which can result in a change of your pH, the balance of your pH, as well as your breathing. Another symptom of a B1 deficiency is Tourette's syndrome, an enlarged heart, edema, ataxia. Another symptom that is near and dear to me is it can prevent your tears from falling. Like your eyes can build up with water, but it won't come out. It won't fall out. And if you have been following me for a while, you probably saw one or two videos. One that was called The Reintroduction to Natural Max Health, or the video that I did with my teacher and mentor, Herbalist Kareem. In that video, I mentioned 3.5 years ago when I got extremely sick, I had a host of different symptoms that I was dealing with. And one of them was it's said the inability to produce tears, but in fact, you can produce them. Your eyes do water up. It just doesn't fall out. It just won't run. So imagine your eyes are full of water, and usually when your eyes are full of water, you're used to it running, and you dry it up. But sometimes when the eyes are full of water, the tears will not fall. Just imagine having that feeling of your eyes being full of water and it's not coming out. Now, a deficiency in vitamin B1 is not the only cause of that symptom. It can also be high insulin levels. So many times these symptoms can be a cause of different reasons. So you just really have to know your body, do some studying, doing some research, or some process of elimination to get to the root of it. So moving right along, other symptoms to let you know that you may possibly be deficient in vitamin B1 is obsessive compulsive disorder. Remember, it affects the nervous system, and this is a part of that. ADHD, if you have a child or even an adult that's been diagnosed with ADHD, perhaps you can take some vitamin B1 to see if that improves your symptoms. Keep in mind now, it will not happen overnight. You have to be patient. It takes time to reverse symptoms because you're not just putting a band-aid on it. You're actually correcting a problem inside the body. Other signs or symptoms that you may have a vitamin B1 deficiency is POTS syndrome, multiple sclerosis, symptoms of multiple sclerosis. I mentioned that earlier. It's called the great mimicker because it mimics certain disease. Fibromyalgia. I know a lot of people suffering from fibromyalgia. Taking some vitamin B1 could improve those symptoms, or changing the diet so that they can absorb the vitamin B1 can help those symptoms. They work hand in hand. Chronic fatigue syndrome, peripheral neuropathy. If you suffer from peripheral neuropathy, you may have a vitamin B1 deficiency. Another symptom, this is quite major, so I put a lot in my notes. A severe deficiency in vitamin B1 can cause degeneration in the cerebellum. Now, the cerebellum controls motor functions. It also is it controls part of the language. It controls your mood and attitude. This is why ADHD, Tourette syndrome, compulsive disorder are symptoms or signs that you may have a B1 deficiency. Okay? Random twitching can be a problem with B1 deficiency. Also, gait problems where you can't control your movements. Now, the random twitching and the gait problems, this is really near and dear to me because a few years ago I did have a problem with my eyes twitching. I had a problem with gait. I couldn't walk straight. If I was walking with someone, I would crash into them. And this is vitamin B1 deficiency. It's not something that is tested by doctors. So of course I went to doctors. They were not able to find the cause, and this is why you really have to take control of your own health, because there are many things that doctors just don't look for. Now, we would get into how to determine if you are deficient in these in just a moment. But before I do that, let's go through some causes of B1 deficiency. What can cause you to be deficient in this mineral or this nutrient? Now, far and foremost, it's going to be diet is going to be your biggest contributor. Not consuming enough of the vitamin or not absorbing it. Now, what can block the absorption of vitamin B1? So, consuming too many carbohydrates can block this absorption. And the thing is, vitamin B1 is the most depleted nutrient due to consuming too many carbohydrates. So if you are consuming too many carbohydrates, you could be depleting your absorption of this mineral. This is why I always say that it's not only important to consume nutrients that your body needs to function properly, but to make sure you are absorbing it. You will hear me say this over and over again. A poor diet, as I mentioned, results in absorbing this mineral. Another thing that I want to point out is, according to Dr. John Wallach, a mineral deficiency is the #1 cause here of disease in America. Being deficient in just one mineral can cause up to 3 diseases. So this is why it's really important to not only get these nutrients, but to make sure you are absorbing them. Now, other sources that can interfere with the absorption of vitamin B1, other than carbohydrates, are tannins. Tannins, which is found in the caffeine in, either coffee or tea. Another contributor are the sulfites, which is found in wines. Refined grains such as waffles, such as cereals and crackers. These foods are depleted of minerals. So they are enriched, or in other words, synthetic vitamins and minerals are added to them because they are depleted of vitamins and minerals. So when you eat these refined grains, that are depleted of vitamin and minerals and have been enriched with synthetic vitamins, then you too become depleted. Keep in mind, you are what you eat. Dried fruits can deplete the absorption of vitamin B1. Alcohol, raw fish, metformin. Now, of course, I would never tell you to stop taking your medicine if you're on metformin. I would never tell you to stop talking to your medicine. You definitely want to talk to your doctor if you are having symptoms. But one thing that you can do without having to talk to your doctor is improve your diet. No doctor is going to be against you improving your diet. And that's going to be the best way to get this, not only vitamin B, but other vitamins and nutrients. Tap water can cause a deficiency. Antibiotics. Not only do antibiotics cause a deficiency of, blocks the absorption of vitamin B1, but antibiotics also cause an imbalance of candida in the body. I talked about that on my last video. This is why you want to control your diet and get to the root cause of problems, because medicines causes so many other problems in the body. Diuretics, birth control pills, some seizure medication. Of course, I would never, want to put the disclaimer out there, I would never tell you to stop taking your medication. But you can change your diet. You can improve your diet. You can stop eating so many refined grains. You can't stop taking in so many carbohydrates and processed foods and sugars and alcohols. No doctor that I can think of would be against that. Some HPV vaccinations, and of course, as I just mentioned, high levels of sugar. Now, let's say you have these symptoms, but you're not sure if you are deficient in vitamin B1, because some symptoms can be the result of more than one cause. As I mentioned earlier, the problem with the eyes can not only be a result of vitamin 1 deficiency, but also of high insulin levels. So if you want to be sure, if you think you may have one, according to Dr. Eric Berg, which is a doctor that I follow, he is actually a chiropractor, but he specializes in healthy ketosis and intermittent fasting. He puts out a lot of great information. He has online nutritional classes. If you're not following him already, I highly recommend following him. But according to him, there is a test that can identify a deficiency in vitamin B1, and it is called trans-ketolase. Once again, that is trans-ketolase. Now, the only downfall to this test is that it's very expensive, and it can be hard to find someone who administers this test. So according to his advice, and I am in total agreement with him, if you're having symptoms, it's probably just best to take some vitamin B1, change your diet, and see if you are seeing some improvement. So now that we know what vitamin B1 is, we know what a deficiency can cause of it, we know what some of the symptoms are, let's talk about some of the sources of vitamin B1. Now, Dr. Berg, the doctor that I mentioned earlier, and doctor that I follow a lot, he recommends, of course, as anyone would, a natural version of B1. He also recommends taking unfortified nutritional yeast as a great natural source of vitamin B1. Personally, I recommend taking chlorella as a natural source, particularly if you are allergic to or cannot take nutritional yeast. Chlorella is also high in vitamin B1 as well as other vitamins. You can take the liquid, you can put it in your tongue, add it to a lot of water, and it's easily absorbed. Dr. Berg also recommends a fat-soluble vitamin such as, I'm going to pronounce this the best I can. Give me a moment here. Benfotiamine. I practice saying that, but sometimes when you start recording, you can still forget. So a fat-soluble vitamin such as benfotiamine, I will put this in the description box if anyone is interested. is also recommended. Now, other sources, food sources that are rich in vitamin B1: Brussels sprouts, asparagus, cabbage, green peas, oranges, fish, nuts, sunflower seeds, oatmeal, and grass-fed beef. Now, when it comes to the nuts and sunflower seeds, I highly recommend getting them raw and not roasted, because when they're roasted with oils, certain oils that can be even more damaging to your body. So that is it for today. I hope that you were enlightened by this video. If you did learn something, if you were able to get something out of it, I hope that you would give me a thumbs up. I hope that you would like it, perhaps even leave a comment, because it helps the algorithms. If you know someone who could benefit from the information that was provided in this video, I hope that you would share it with them. So for now, that is all. Once again, I thank you for watching. Until next time, have a great, healthy week.